For our next community conversation, we're here with Jennifer Butler, the Acting Chief Communications Officer for Albemarle County Public Schools. Jennifer, great having you here today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so you're here to tell us about the new Crisis Communications page. So what exactly is that?
So new this year, Albemarle County Public Schools launched a crisis communications page on our website at k12albemarle.org/crisis. It's a reliable place for families to go for updates during a school emergency or an urgent situation. When there's an active situation at a school, families will receive an initial notification via phone, email, and text. And those messages will include a link to our crisis communications page where they can go for updates. And then that page becomes the hub for updates, and we would update it at least every 30 minutes so families have accurate, timely information throughout the event all in one place.
That's great. And what types of situations would you use this page for?
So the page is designed for ongoing situations, so situations that develop over time. We would not use the page for events like a medical emergency that would resolve quickly. In that situation, we would just send a quick message to families once the situation has resolved, but we would not use the crisis communications page for that situation. A secure protocol is a good example of when we would use the crisis page, and that is when there is potential danger outside the school or in the vicinity of a school, most commonly because of police activity in the area. And in that case, we would bring everyone inside, we would lock the exterior doors to the building, and we would restrict access. At the same time, inside the school, learning is continuing normally and safely. So because secure mode can last a while, we would send families a link to our crisis communications page for regular updates.
That's great. And have you used this page yet since you've launched it?
Yes, last month, Walton Middle School was actually under secure protocol due to police activity in the area. You might remember a stretch of Route 20 was closed down for several hours. Families were notified immediately that their students were safe and that learning was continuing inside and that we were in close contact with local law enforcement. And then we provided them with a link to the crisis communications page where we provided updates every 30 minutes, and more often as we learned more. We had nearly 1,000 views to the page that day, so it was obvious that it was a valuable resource to families. And if anyone's interested in learning how the page works, those updates are archived on our page. And again, it's available at k12albemarle.org/crisis.
Okay, so that's where parents would go to get the updates?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add about the crisis communications page? Anything parents should know?
I would encourage families to visit the page now when things are calm. The page explains how we respond to emergency situations, the terms that they might see in our messages. It talks about the reunification process, and that's the process we would go through to safely return students to their families if it needed to take place in a location other than their school. And while we hope it's not a page that families have to use often, we think it's a valuable resource. We're happy to provide it. And it's because the priority is student safety and providing families with timely, accurate information. The crisis communications page is just one more way we can keep that promise.
That is wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for coming in. It was good having you here.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. All right, stick with us. We'll be right back.